So good morning, everyone. So welcome to our sanctuary. It's such a beautiful space, right? What I have been talking about this week is mindfulness and enjoying the present moment, because those two things go hand in hand. When you are being mindful, you are enjoying the present moment. And sometimes people say, well, I don't exactly know what being in the now means. Well, what it means is not lamenting for the past. It's gone, leave it there. And it's not focusing at all times on the future. And because if you do that, then you never get to enjoy your life. You never get to enjoy now. If you're always thinking about what's to come, then you don't enjoy the everyday things. And that's where we need to be. That's not just yogic philosophy, it's Buddhist philosophy. It is many people's philosophy. We need to stay in the present. That's how we get through periods like the one we're going through. So with that in mind, I invite you to be more mindful about your practice. As you go through the poses, think about how each of them feel. Think about what you're doing at that very moment. So let's begin by closing our eyes and coming inside. Make sure you're in a nice, comfortable, seated position. Just shoulders over your hips, and just relax your hands on your thighs and notice your breath and follow the flow of your breath. And when you inhale, think about this moment. You're inhaling, and here you are right now, right here. And when you exhale, let go of the past, of worries, of everything that gets in the way of enjoying now. So inhale this precious new life, and exhale, let go of everything we no longer need. And continue that at your own pace, deepening your inhale and slowing down that exhale so that your body can relax more fully. Begin to return to your natural breath. And slowly open your eyes to take in the light. So we're going to begin our asana practice with some lateral stretches. And okay, hold on 1 second, because I just lost my earpiece here. Okay. Sorry about that. Hoping it's working. Okay. All right, wave your hand if everything's okay, if you can hear me. Good. All right, great. All right, so hands alongside your hips. You're going to walk your, send your right arm alongside your right ear and reach your right arm, your right fingers far away from you, going towards the left. Take your left arm and bring it in front of your middle, sending your fingers in the opposite direction. like your body is going in separate ways at the same time. Keep both your hips flat on the mat. Inhale, bring both arms up to center. Inhale and reach up to the sky. Reach all the way up and let your shoulder come back down. Inhale, opposite arm reaches all the way up and let your shoulder relax. And keep doing this from side to side like you were pulling something that you want to bring down, reaching for something, reaching for this moment. And then let your arms come back down by your side. Your left arm alongside your left ear. You're going to stretch towards the right, sending your fingers as far as forward. Feel a stretch in your whole side body. And let your right arm come across your middle, your hand going in the opposite direction. Opposing forces. Dynamic opposition, we call it in yoga. Bring both arms up to center, straight overhead. Send your arms out to the side and then all the way back behind you. Interlace your fingers into yoga mudra. Send your knuckles to the earth. Little baby back bend. Your heart, just your heart is reaching up. Don't bend your head back. Just look at a slight diagonal upward. Slight upward back bend. And then release your arms. Send your legs straight out in front of you. Bring your hands alongside your hips, your fingers pointing forward, your shoulders over your hips, your elbows are reaching back behind you. Crown of your head is long and tall, mountain back. Active legs, flexed feet. Draw your belly in towards your spine to help you get a little bit taller. Push in to the mat, or if you're on a blanket, with your hands, again, to help you get taller. And then release, release. Keep the activity going with your muscle strength, but relax your hands on the mat. Send your arms straight out in front of you, palms facing each other. And on an inhale, you're going to send your whole flat back. Your whole back is straight. It's not curled. It's straight all the way back. Straight spine goes back. Exhale, come forward. See if you can go past your feet. Inhaling and exhaling like you're rowing a boat. Inhale, come back as far as you comfortably can. Exhale, come forward. See if you can reach past your feet, but any amount is fine. And the next time you're forward, pause. Bring your hands down to wherever they fall. So maybe they're on your feet, maybe your ankles, maybe your calves. If they are not on your feet, bring your arms to hug your legs. Keep coming down with a flat back and fold over your extended legs. If your hands are on your feet, you can use the leverage of your pulling on your feet just a little. It's not really a pull, it's a little tug to let you come down a little bit more. Otherwise, bringing your forearms into your legs also will help you. It's as if your forearms were coming toward your waist, your crown of your head toward your feet. Again, dynamic opposition. Bring your hands flat on the mat or the floor and slide them back as you slowly unfold. Bring your arms out to the side, your palms facing away from you. Inhale and then exhale, reach to the left. Inhale to center, exhale, reach, keep those sits bones down. And the reason you want to do that, you want to keep your hips down, is because you're stretching again your side body. You're stretching your shoulder. And as soon as you come off your hip, you lessen your stretch, the range of your stretch. Let's do that once more on either side. And then come back to center. All right, very good. Right. So come on around to come into a child's pose. If you like to use a blanket underneath, then now is the time to arrange it. You come onto the blanket and come into your child's pose. Reach your arms up overhead for an extended child's pose. You're going to look between your hands. You're going to lift your hips, send your shoulders over your wrists, lengthen your legs back behind you. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog, a variation of upward dog. Turn under your toes. Downward facing dog. So all of you dog owners are very familiar with this, with that stretch when your dog comes up from a deep sleep. So bring your chest towards your thighs, your heels are coming towards the mat. You're pushing the mat away with your hands. And then once you have your alignment, you're going to walk your dog by bending one knee and bringing the other heel to the mat, and then alternating. That heel that goes to the mat is opening up the back of your leg, so give it some effort. And then come back to your dog. And now we're going to go straight into that up dog, just like your dog does. Come all the way forward, bringing your shoulders forward. You're going to go past your hands. You're going to turn over your toes and bring your heart between your arms. Press into the top of your feet and lift your heels away from the mat. Not heels, I'm sorry, your knees. Oh my God, you couldn't do that. Your knees. Ooh. Bring your knees back down. Bring your hips to your heels. Okay. We're going to do that again. Lift your hips, turn under your toes, downward facing dog. Again, push that mat away. When we come to up dog, this time we're going to keep our knees off the mat and come directly on to the top of your feet, onto your instep. So watch me, and what happens is you come all the way up onto the ball of your feet, you come all the way forward, you go past your arms to turn under your toes to come up to your up dog. Bring your knees down, downward facing dog. Okay. Come to your down dog. Come forward to plank. Nice long plank. If you're lifting up in the center, that means you need to send your legs farther, your heels and toes farther back behind you. Right? You want to use your core to keep your middle from sagging. Your shoulders are directly over your wrists. Down dog. Once more, come forward. Plank. Bring your left knee on the mat underneath your hip. Swivel your right foot, fan open. Place your right foot so it's in line with your left toes. Send your right arm alongside your right ear. Stretch your right toes in the opposite direction. They may come off the mat, but the purpose here isn't so much to lift that leg as it is to stretch your whole side body from toes to fingertips. Bring your hand down to the mat. Bring your knee to the mat. Send your left leg back behind you. Swivel your foot, line it up, open, fan open. Send your arm alongside your ear, stretch your left foot away from you. Big side body stretch. Bring your hand down to the mat, child's pose. You're going to look up at your hands and you're going to slide them towards your knees to come to stand on your knees. Okay. So every time we're standing, whether we're on our knees, whether we're on our feet, we should always be in a mountain spine, meaning your shoulders over your hips, belly toward your spine. Big extension, big, long spine. Okay. Send your arms back behind you, interlace your fingers. We did this sitting down, but now you've got a lot more room to send your knuckles, Yoga Mudra. You're sending them a little bit more, a little bit farther away so you can make a bigger back bend. Send your heart up to the sky. Release your hands. This time you'll put the heels of your hands on your back waist, your fingers pointing down. Right. And you're going to send your right arm up beside your ear and reach it up just like you did before when you were seated down, keeping your hips straight and steady. And then send your arm forward, all the way down. Send it all the way back behind you. Make a big circle. And keep this circle going. Don't move your hips. This is just about your arm. I mean, there'll be a little motion, but don't change the alignment of your pelvic bones facing forward. And then let your arm come down and go the other way. Although synovial fluid in your shoulder joint is warming up, getting loose. And bring your arm all the way back down. Return it to your lower back and your back waist. Release your left hand. Send your left arm forward, up. We're going to do the same thing here. All the way up, all the way back. Keep reaching. And again, do your best. That's why your hand is still on your back, to keep your pelvis moving forward. And then bring your arm back down and go the opposite way. And bring both your hands back down. And shake, roll your shoulders forward, up, back, and down, and the opposite way. All right, good. So now bring your hands down onto the mat. Place your wrists under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. Rotate your arms so that the crease of your elbow is reaching forward. And you're going to begin your cats and dogs here. You're going to inhale, send your heart down and forward on your dog spine. Exhale, arch your spine all the way to the sky. Remember to think about how these poses feel, how your body is changing shape. Keep going at your own pace. Your cats and dogs, notice everything, every nuance about your body, about how it feels, about your spirit, about your mind. And the next time you're in a cat spine pause, send your hips to your heels. Your arms are still reaching out in front of you. And now you're going to inhale, and on an exhale, arch your back up to a cat spine. Come forward between your arms, and as you do, you exhale into your dog. Inhale, exhale, arch into your cat. Send your cat all the way back. Inhale when you come down after you've come all the way down, and then exhale back up into your cat. Hold that emptiness, and then inhale in your dog. One more time. Exhale into your cat spine. Bring the cat all the way back down to your heels. And pause here. You're going to look forward, lift your hips. Come up onto your knees and hands. And you're going to bring your forearms down on the mat, and you're going to slide your legs back behind you. You're going to send your left fingers to your right elbow. Roll over onto your left side. Your right hand is in front of you, in front of your chest for support. Okay. You're going to lift your top leg and send it out in front of you so that it comes parallel with your left arm. Then you're going to bend your left leg all the way behind you. Reach for it with your right hand. Take your left foot in your right hand and open your heart up to the sky. You're going to release this. This is a yin pose, by the way. It's called catching the cat tail, something like that. Release your foot. If it doesn't have a Sanskrit name, I don't acknowledge it as a yoga pose. And bring your legs back together. All right. And come back to your Sphinx. And in your Sphinx, and I'm going to just go the other way so you can see me better. Now your left hand comes to your right elbow. You're going to, no, the other way. Your right fingers to your left elbow, and you roll over onto your right side. So leg over leg, hips are stacked. You can use your left hand inside for support. Lift your top leg, send it forward, away from you to be parallel with your right arm. Bend your right leg, reach for your right foot, and open your heart to the sky. Release your foot. Bring your hand back down, come back to Sphinx pose. And in Sphinx pose, your elbows are underneath your shoulders, your fingers pointing away. Going to bend your left leg, bend your right leg. Lift your hips, send them back toward your legs. Come back onto the mat. Lift your belly, lift your hips, send them back. And then bring your belly back down on to the mat, back into your Sphinx. You're going to come all the way down on the mat. Bring your hands alongside your breast. Your elbows are close to your body. Your legs are close together like a snake, long tail of a snake. And we're going to do first 2 baby cobras, Bhujangasana. And you do that by lifting your head and shoulders without pushing into the mat. Inhale, lift your head and your shoulders. Look forward and down. And melt back down. Once more, lift and down. Now this time, again, your elbows stay close to your body. You're going to push into the mat. And you're going to come all the way up. Your elbows may not straighten because you want to keep your pubic bone on the mat for King Cobra Bhujangasana, Raja Bhujangasana. Straighten your arms, send your hips to your heels. Rock your hips from side to side. Come back up to hands and knees. You're going to send your right leg back behind you. You're going to lift your right leg. You're going to take your left arm and rotate it so your thumb is facing down. Swing your arm around. The back of your forearm comes onto your hips, and the purpose for this is to make sure your hips are straight. They're not going like this or like this. So how high your leg comes up doesn't matter as much. It shouldn't go past your hips, higher than your hips. But it could be lower, certainly. Right, send your left arm now alongside your left ear. Bend your left elbow, bend your right knee. And you're going to, on an exhale, bring your elbow towards your waist and your knee towards your nose. So inhale, exhale, curl. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, curl. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, curl. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, curl, bring it down. Okay, all right, back onto your hands and knees. Send your left leg back behind you. Lift it up hip high. Forearm to keep those hips level. Right arm alongside right ear. Bend elbow, bend knee. Inhale, exhale, bring them to center. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. I think this is the last one. Inhale, exhale, bring it down, come to child's pose. I'm going to do one more thing down on the mat. So you're going to walk your hands forward, bring your forearms onto the mat, send your legs back behind you, and come onto your belly. So you should be ready for this now. Okay, so you're going to Bend your left leg. Reach behind to take hold of your left ankle or instep. And then come back down onto the mat. Bend your right. Take hold of your foot if it cooperates, or your ankle. And just let your heels come close to your buttocks. Keep your nose to the mat. And now what you're going to do is just lift your right thigh away from the mat and bring it back down. Lift your left thigh away from the mat and bring it back down. And now on a big, big exhale, so wait for it, you're going to bring everything up, your thighs, your head, your shoulder, and come into Dhanurasana, big, big bow. Right? You might even rock back and forth on your belly or ribs, whatever you are. All right, good. Release it. Pile one hand on top of the other. Stretch your legs back behind you. Place your forehead on the pillow you just made. And relax, just breathe. Release your hands, your arms. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders to straighten your arms, lift away from the mat. And we're going to come to stand. Okay. So we're going to do a little balancing first. Okay. So come to your mountain first, your Tadasana. Shoulders over hips, hips over ankles. Shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Let your arms fall naturally by your side. Your chin is level with the earth. Bring your belly toward your spine, crown of your head reaching up to the heavens as your feet are firmly rooted into the earth. A little few sun breaths. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Once more, inhale and exhale. Good. Okay. So we're going to be doing a Natarajasana routine, and that is King Dancer. But it also includes both gods and goddesses in this sequence. So we'll start, and we're going to just do one part of it first. This is the easiest part, actually. Come up onto the ball of your right foot, your weight transferred to the left. You're going to cross your foot over, look down, make sure your toes are lined up like that's one big foot. And then bend your knees. You'll come up onto the ball of your right foot. I'm not mirroring you right now, yeah? Okay. And then you're going to bring your right hand in front, your left overhead, and lift your leg away. Good. And then you're going to bring it down, and you're going to do the opposite. And you're going to bring it down and do the opposite. Excellent. All right. Now come on to shift your weight to your left leg, my left, your left too. Again, as I said, I'm not going to mirror you right now. So lift your right leg up, open it out to the side, bring it back, send it behind you. So knee is to knee. Bring it back up and bring it down. Okay. Shift your weight to your right foot. Lift your left foot. Out to the side. Forward. Back behind you. and back to the front. And bring it down. Good. Okay, I think we're good. So, you're going to come to the front of your mat. And you're going to cross your right foot over your left, bend your knees. Right arm in front, left overhead. 2, 3, hold it and step to the long edge of your mat. Your toes are pointing to the long edge. Bring your hands to your hip sockets, and you're going to come over in a flat back. Send your arms straight out to the side like an airplane. Bring your right hand down under your nose. Place it flat. If you need a block or a pillow, please use that. Inhale, exhale, send your left arm all the way up to the sky. Make sure your hips are square. So what tends to happen is that. So we want to make sure that they stay even. It's just your arm coming up. Bring it back down. Your left hand comes under your nose, open to the right. And bring your hand back down. Send your feet on a 45-degree angle. Bend your knees deeply. Send your arms straight out to the side. Make a cactus shape with your arms. And inhale, unfold to goddess. Okay, so your goddess can be up here, it can be down here, it could be anywhere that works for you, right? So we do a little goddess dance now. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Great, wonderful. Now you're going to swivel your feet so that you are facing the front of your mat. You're going to slide your back leg forward, bring your weight onto your front leg, and lift your right leg. Take hold, whoops, yeah, take hold of your ankle. Send your left arm out in front of you as if you had a wall in front of you. And then slide your hand up that wall as you send your leg back behind you, and you could fall out of it like I just did. And come on down. Excellent, good. Okay, so let's do that on the other side. So let's start again. I'll do it this way. So we're going to start with our Nataraja, the first stage of that. You cross your left over your right this time. Left hand, right. Lift your leg. Place it down and switch. Place it down and switch. Open on your mat, nice and wide. So this time we're going to bend, so your toes pointing to the long edge. You're going to bend your right knee. Lengthen your left. Come to center. Bend and straighten. Come to center. Bend your right knee. Bring your hands to prayer. Inhale toward center, exhale the other side. Bring your hands down to the mat with straight legs, your toes pointing to the mat first. Straighten your arms, swivel your feet to goddess feet, bend your knees, make sure your knees and your toes are going in the same direction. Straight arms, flat back, cactus arms, unfold to goddess. This time we'll start with the left hand in front, the right overhead. Exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Beautiful. And let your hands come onto your thighs and rotate your hips. Little yoga hula. And then come to center, go the other way. Okay. So now you're going to swivel to the front of your mat, to the front of your mat. That doesn't work for me. Okay, swivel to the front of your mat. I forgot which side I'm on. So you're going to slide your back leg forward. Slide it forward, bring it up. Reach for your foot or your ankle. Send your right arm out in front of you and come into your Natarajasana. And release it. Fold over your legs. Bend your knees. Bring your hands to the mat, bring one knee to the mat, bring the other knee to the mat, and come to sit. Send your legs straight out in front of you. Send your arms straight out in front of you, palms facing each other. You're going to inhale, and as you exhale, you're going to make a 15-point journey. Enjoy the journey all the way down, all the way down. Don't let your head hit until you get to 15. Don't forget to bring your hands to the mat if you can't do that to catch your fall. And just relax for a moment. And bring the soles of your feet to the mat. Bring your knees into your chest and roll from side to side. Come to center. You're going to open your legs wide to a big V shape. We've been doing a lot of this today, so you should be able to, maybe even able to take hold of your toes. If you can do that, it will help you to open your legs a little wider. Otherwise, put your hands anywhere inside your thighs and let the weight of your hands, your arms, help you open your legs a little bit more. Then send your arms overhead, back behind you. You're going to take a deep inhale, and then on an exhale, you're going to lift your shoulders, your head, and stretch your arms between your legs as if you were reaching for something on the other side of the room. Inhale back down to the mat. Exhale, up and reach. Inhale. Once more. Exhale. Come between your legs as if you actually could. And then bring it down. Bring your legs together. So the soles of your feet are standing on the ceiling. Bring your arms down by your side. Bend your right knee and take hold of it with your hands. And you're going to send your left leg straight down to the mat so that it's hovering over the mat, maybe an inch or two. And you're going to step on the wall opposite you, opposite that foot, as if you could. So you're stretching your leg out of the leg socket, your hip socket. And then on an exhale, lift that leg up to the sky. Inhale it back down, push it away. Exhale, up. Inhale, push it away. Exhale. Inhale, Push it away. Exhale. Bring it back up. Switch knees and extended legs. So you're holding onto your left knee. On an inhale, your right leg comes down. Sole of your foot is reaching for the opposite wall. Push it away. Exhale, your leg back up. Inhale, bring it down. Exhale. Inhale, this is your core working for you right here. Allowing your leg to do these majestic moves, these very brave moves, warrior moves. Once more. And then bring your right leg all the way down, and then bring both legs into your chest. Open your knees wide. So you have one hand on each knee. So you're going to open them wide apart. You've just stretched them, so they should go nice and wide. And then let go of your knees and roll from side to side. And the reason we're doing this with our knees so far apart is that it gives you a much greater range to roll on. So you can go all the way down on one thigh and then the other thigh, massaging a much larger range of your back, your whole back. And then come to center with both knees. Replace your hands on your knees and bring them straight over your hips. And then keep your knees bent, but send them away from you so that your arms straighten out. And notice what happens, how the small of your back reaches away from the floor for an arch. And now bring your knees back into your chest and everything flattens. Inhale away from you. Exhale, bring your knees in. Away and in. Away and in. Okay. So bring your knees away from each other again. This time reach inside your legs for your feet. Take hold of the outer edge of your feet, one hand, one foot. And then open up your legs so that your foot is flat, the sole of your foot, is facing the ceiling. And then the other leg, sole of foot, faces ceiling. So you have your legs, your two legs at kind of right angles. This is a happy baby, right? Ananda Balasana. So imagine a little baby in its crib and it's rolling from side to side. And as it rolls from side to side, it straightens one leg and the other, and it's discovering it even has toes, and it's rolling. Oh, how cool, look at these feet. And then come back to center. Release your feet to the mat. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh, and this is for all the gardeners in the room. Bring your left leg into your chest. Take hold of the back of your left thigh. You can interlace your fingers, and you're bringing your right leg closer to you. You're using your right elbow to push your right knee away. You're flexing your right foot. This is helping with to stretch the sciatic nerve. Roll a little from side to side. And then come to center, stretch your left foot. And now rotate your foot on your ankle to work your ankle a bit. It's been holding us up throughout class. And you're going to rotate in both directions, then point and flex, point and flex. Okay, great. Now, leave your legs exactly where they are. Release your hands, however. Reach over your right shin to take hold of your left calf. So you're interlacing your fingers behind your left calf, helping your right leg to come even further toward your chest. Take a deep inhale, and on an exhale, lift your head and your shoulders towards that leg. And relax it. Uncross your leg, bring both your feet to the mat. And let's do that on the other side. So left ankle over right thigh. Bring right leg into your chest. Take hold of the back of your thigh. Push your left knee away. Flex your left foot. Send your right foot to the sky. And roll a little. You can roll with your legs straight as well. And then come back to center. And give your ankle a little workout, rotating from side to side, making circles, and then pointing and flexing. Good. And when you're done with that, you're going to release your arms, grab your calf, bring your left leg a little closer, as comfortably as possible. Don't overdo anything. And then lift your shoulders and your nose towards your knee. And bring it back down. Release everything. If you have a block or a blanket, take hold of it. Come up to sit for a moment. Put the blanket or the block right at the base of your spine. Roll back over on it. Come down onto your back. Send your legs to the ceiling for a little inversion. And while you're here, you can play if you wish, sending one leg forward, the other leg down to the mat. This is yogi's choice. Last minute or two of class before Shavasana. You can open your legs any way you like. Or you can just relax naturally with your legs up to the air, up to the sky. Whenever you're ready, you will come to Shavasana. And in Shavasana, you will come flat on your back. Your legs will fall open naturally. Your arms are going to be maybe 8 to 12 inches away from your body because your arms are rotated all the way from the shoulder socket so that your palms can face upward. Feel your whole back body giving in to gravity, melting away into the earth. Feel yourself part of the earth. Shavasana means corpse pose because this is the end of a cycle. Allowing your muscles, your joints to reset, allowing you to assimilate all of the energy you generated that you may use for your day ahead. Om Namah Shivaya. I surrender to transformation and welcome the changes that will lead me to who I am. Begin to reawaken your body. Roll your head from side to side. Make gentle movements with your hands and your feet. Stretch your arms overhead, your feet away from you in the opposite direction. Deep, long body stretch. And bring your knees into your chest and roll from side to side. And then come to stillness. Release your arms and roll on to your left side to expose the sun side of your body to prepare you for the day ahead. And whenever you're ready, make your way up to sit. And bring your hands to your heart. In Anjali Mudra, the prayer pose. And let's take this last minute together to breathe in the beauty of this practice we've just completed, to honor yourself for giving yourself this time, for being present. And I thank you all for being present with me here now. Namaste.